was his trap all along. Even the wounds all over his body, it was all to mess with the evidence for what actually happened. His true goal was creating a murder that nobody can solve. He wanted to prove to us that there are mysteries that just can't be solved with educated guesses.
He probably expected that his fake suicide would be found out. After all, a mystery that can be solved is destined to be solved in the end.
So much for hope.
However, he also prepared a mystery that couldn't be solved. As you solve mysteries and bolster your hope, a huge mystery comes along and slaps you in your faces.
I'm gonna slap you in your face.
For those of you who believe there are no unsolvable mysteries, that is when you finally taste despair. Meaning, he used all of the prior class trial verdicts to prepare this trick. Not all mysteries can be solved. Such a devious trick he played on you, as expected of Nagito.
Dovey?
That's totally messed up.
Dovey.
That's so fucked up.
It is my fault, because I told you.
I'm concerned for your well-being.
I am so sorry. Please vote me as the killer.
That's not the fucking issue here. It's not Miss Sonia's fault. This is all Nagito's doing.
But what should we do? How can we even figure out who the killer is?
It's impossible.
Impossible?
Nagito wanted to create a scenario where we couldn't make a decision. That's why we're at an impasse.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you want to join in?
However, Monokuma also does not know who the killer is, right?
Because this is...
That's right. There's no way he'd be able to figure that out with just his surveillance cameras.
This is some shit!
Monokuma doesn't know. This trial doesn't count. Isn't that right?
No, Monokuma knows.
You know, I don't actually need stuff like cheap-ass surveillance cameras or whatever. I know perfectly well what's happening on this island at all times. I know you used the bathroom 3 times yesterday, Sonia, and one of those visits seemed to take a while.
That is not a thing we needed to know.
Please stop! I will never become queen!
Not if you die!
I mean, how can you have such an awful power?
So, of course this trial still counts. Do your very best to guess who the killer is.
Is that what qualifies as nice?
How the hell are we supposed to do that?
He's got interesting hair.
Is giving up all we can do?
No, it's too early to give up.
Is there any way to figure out who the killer is?
I'm impressed that you were able to...
Even though it's just a hunch.
that you were able to style it in such a way for your cosplay.
There's one way, I think.
Really?
What?
Hey, is it alright if we look at Nagito's crime one more time?
Well, I know he used a wig, but, like, styling the wig in such a fashion.
I want to make sure my hunch is correct.
Still very impressive.
Hajime, please.
I got it. Let's do this then.
Oh god, what? We're doing the comic book already? Okay. 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 Excuse me. Just do every weekly update in the cosplay. I mean, honestly, I could see it. Okay. Okay. John. You're not wrong, but John. Yeah, whoops. That not... Okay. Oh, there. It goes here. Ha ha! Ha ha ha! Okay, but why do you hate Hajime? Is it because he's a normie? Because, like, people are allowed to be normies. There's nothing wrong with that. Sneak attacking my left hand. Can't say. Because you don't... Because you don't know, or because you actually can't say? And let's just go all the way to the other end. There we go.
Here's everything that happened.
Yay,
in this
we did
case.
it.
The person who actually arranged this incident was the victim, Nagito Komaeda. He kept a specific item inside his cottage that he needed for his plan. Monokuma's special poison, which he brought with him from the Octagon.
Shut.
Using the gloves and gas mask that he got from the military base.
Heal.
Nagito swapped the contents of a factory in the plushy factory break room with that poison.
P-eel. Okay, we need to do a raid tonight with the message
When we did
P-eel.
that, a specific item was left as evidence. The blue aluminum
Remind me
seal
at the
on
end.
grenade. With that, Nagito finished making the poisoned fire grenade, took it with him to the factory.
No, it will not be Gluck Gluck Gluck. It
And put it
has
back
to be
with the rest of the
P-eel.
grenades in the break room. The next morning, Nagito appeared before us and declared that he hid a bomb somewhere. While we were looking for the bomb, that's when Nagito headed over to the goods warehouse.
I don't think Ultra Despair Girls is available on a platform that I own.
In order to set up a fire, Nagito arranged the Monokuma
Slash
plans in a
am
line
able
going
to
from the
record.
door
Slash stream from. So, I'm
to the
gonna go
curtain
with
and
probably
placed
not.
a little lighter in front of it. From there, Nagito set his insane
Oh, it is
plan
on
in
PC.
motion.
Well, that's a maybe then. And... What the hell? I thought it was
The
only on
spear that
Vita.
he took from Nezumi Castle from the ceiling girder by its cord.
Which, like, I do have one of those.
Then he tied his
It's a
arms
really
and
good
legs at the back
system
of the
that
warehouse
not
with
enough
rope.
people bought. But, yeah,
However,
can't
he
exactly
broke off the rope on
exactly
his
stream
right
from
arm
it.
beforehand. In doing so, he made sure that only his right hand was free, while his remaining arm and leg.
Oh hell yeah! I'm so down. Don't watch DR3 until you play it. Okay, well,
As he gripped the tip of the rope hanging over the ceiling girder with his left hand, he lay down face up, just beneath the dangling spear. But this was just the beginning of Nagito's plan. And then, he did something no one could have predicted. First, he covered his mouth with duct tape, and after making sure he was unable to scream, he stabbed himself with the knife multiple times in his left arm and in both of his thighs.
what the hell kind of a person does that to themselves?
Finally, he propped the knife on the plushie and slammed his right hand onto the blade. He didn't just want us to think he was tied up. He also wanted us to think he'd been tortured.
Yeah, that's called a masochist.
Through all this, Nagito never let go of the spear. His plan still wasn't over. In fact, it was just about to begin.
How did he still have so much of his strength left after doing all that shit to himself?
Meanwhile, we finally arrived at the plushie factory and found Nagito's message. After seeing his message, we instantly made our way to the warehouse. But that was part of Nagito's plan.
Thud, 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 thud,
We
thud,
opened the
thud.
door to the warehouse, which inadvertently started the Monokuma panel domino effect. Panels fell one
I've been
after
saying
another
this entire
until it reached the
game,
lighter,
these
tipped it over,
both of these
and ignited
entire
the curtain.
games, that we need an ultimate therapist.
Shocked by the sudden fire, we rushed to the factory's break room to
Is
obtain
there
some
one in
fire extinguishing
V3?
grenades.
I'm guessing no. Whoosh!
We then aimed for the fire's origin point, which was the curtain, and unloaded the entire supply. It never occurred to us that one of those grenades was the poison grenade that Nagito had prepared.
Woo!
Poison sank to the
Whoosh!
floor, instantly vaporizing due to the intense heat, and spread everywhere.
Soon we'll be at the same place. Have you also not played UDG?
The poison gas quickly drifted to the curtain at the back of the warehouse, where Nagito was. Also,
Okay.
Monokuma's poison has a unique quality in which it becomes heavier than air when vaporized. That poison gas completely surrounded the area where Nagito lay face up on the floor.
Didn't you start V3 at
There,
one
Nagito
point?
inhaled the poison, and if it didn't instantly kill him, he certainly lost consciousness.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Which caused him to let go of the rope
Splorch.
in his left hand, and the falling spear plunged into his stomach. This is all the information related to Nagito's plan.
That we know of.
His true intention was to set one of us up as the killer.
I know 3 and
At
V3
this
are
time,
separate
we still
things.
don't know who the killer is, because the killer
Which is
wasn't aware
very
he killed
confusing.
someone. Try as we might, we cannot reach that truth. That was Nagito's trap. In conclusion, the fact
We'll
that
probably
we
play
can't
it soon.
determine the killer's
Excellent!
identity
I won't watch it. Complete!
This should be the truth behind Nagito's trap.
How about it, Chiaki? Will that help you figure out who the killer is? Chiaki?
Just as I thought. It's impossible, isn't it?
You're saying we just have to vote for someone?
What Hajime said is probably true. That's part of the reason why I thought it was a little strange.
Oh god, what?
Did Nagito really not care who the killer was? He said this to us earlier. That feeling of belief is at the heart of his trick. He believed we'd notice the fire grenades. He believed we'd try to extinguish the flames. And he believed we'd fall into his trap. By believing in us, Nagito was able to put his life-threatening plan into effect.
What do you mean, believe?
And what's wrong with that?
There's one more thing, remember? Something that Nagito believed in from the bottom of his heart. I want you to try to remember what that is.
Was it hope? Yeah, you're right.
I see!
Nagito believed in his talent as the ultimate lucky student.
Guess the last
Get his crazy eyes off the screen. Yeah, he believed in me.
Strange, really. Most of us here have been relying on the same thing.
But, in his case, it was pretty remarkable, wasn't it? It almost seemed like he had blind faith in it.
You're right. The same thing happened when he cleared the final dead room at the funhouse.
Yep. Oh, you're only supposed to load one bullet? Yep.
But his luck doesn't have anything to do with the case this time, right?
I don't know about that.
I just thought it was strange that it doesn't connect to anything. He factored in his belief in us, but for some reason he didn't factor in his own luck. No, there's no way. I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about.
What did he do?
No, he wasn't just after anybody. He probably had a target. A target he was aiming for all along. A person to set up as the killer.
Was it me?
A target? Who?
The target's true identity. Even Nagito didn't know it.
Oh no.
That's why he relied on being the ultimate lucky student and incorporated that luck into his plan. As long as he had his luck, he believed the target he was after would pick up the fire grenade.
You mean he left his plan to luck?
He risked his life for that?
He probably risked his life just so his ultimate luck could decide this.
Who is it? Who's the target Nagito was after?
Well, it's the traitor, obviously. It was me! No.
See?
It probably wasn't me.
That's it. The traitor. Nagito was after the traitor, huh?
Then he relied on his luck to weed out the traitor?
Nagito didn't know who the traitor was until the very end. all he could do was rely on his own luck.
Okay, well...
And what he said in his video message.
So he was just bluffing.
That's probably true. By that point, his plan should have already been in motion.
But if he just wanted to out the traitor, he didn't have to go this far and make that person the killer. Damn it! We're all in a huge bind because of that!
It means he wants us to beat the traitor.
By finding out who the traitor is, our hopes will shine even brighter by overcoming that despair.
That does
That's
sound like
something
him.
you'd say.
Mon ami, it looks like you've got something you want to say. But you better just keep your mouth shut.
And that concludes my argument.
Okay.
Nagito's plan was to make the traitor kill him. What are you gonna do? Are you guys gonna believe me?